Today on the channel, I'm going to show you how to play Still Loving You by the Scorpions. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to play Still Loving You by the Scorpions. This is a great song, beautiful intro, great solos in this song. It's off Love at First Sting, which was their smash hit album from around, I want to say 1983. Man, so long ago. So one of my first cassettes, I remember getting a boombox for Christmas that year, and I got the Scorpions' Love at First Sting and Def Leppard Pyromania, and they both changed my life forever. So let's take a look at Still Loving You. To my knowledge, this song, they tuned down to E flat on the album. I'm in standard tuning, so my A minor chord sounds like this. All right, and the song is in A minor, but it's interesting because they do an A minor in the introduction, they do a B dominant 7, and they go to an E major. So it's almost like it's going from like a minor 4, dominant 7, 5 to a 1. But the song is predominantly in A minor, so really interesting chord progression and beautiful melody. This song was probably played with a capo up here, but I'm going to show you how to play it without a capo, because if you're the only guitar player in a band like myself, you got to kind of learn how to do this stuff without capos and all that sort of thing. And it's not too difficult, but I'm going to show you how to do it. You can put a capo here on the 7th fret to make this easier, but from the beginning, the song sounds like this. It's got this little intro part that sounds like this. And then there's a lead part, excuse me, then there's a lead part that comes in there, okay? So let's take a look at this. This is an A minor chord up here. It's like an F major 7, but it's an A minor. All right, now the very beginning of this little run, he plays a low E, like an E here, but I'm gonna start it on this E, just for E, since we can't really capo. We could go like that, and then switch our position. But I'm going to start it like this, where we've got our ring finger on the 10th fret on the B string, our middle finger on the 9th fret on the G, and our index finger on the 8th fret on the high E. So it looks like a D minor, but we're up here, A minor position, okay? And we're going to start off arpeggiating like this. Okay? Just simple like that. And then we're going to put our pinky on the 10th fret on the A string, and go. We're going to get that arpeggio going up again like that when we hit this. And then we're going to bar and hit this note, A string on the 8th fret. All right, so all together it's... Now with our pinky, we're going to go... I'm basically going... Now remember, we're barred here, so the 8th fret is still being fretted here, so we're going with this position. Our ring finger's on this 10th fret on the B string, so really our pinky's just going, and then we're... Okay, so all together. We're going to go do this again. And then go up this E dominant 7. Okay, now on the record he might go something like that, but this is the general principle, the general idea. Somewhere in the middle of the song, I think he does like a something like that, where you got to literally take your hands off the fretboard. So when that part comes around, it goes. That's hard to get in there. If you got two guitar players, it's a lot easier. And basically those chords are. So he's just descending. A minor to a G, F, E dominant 7, okay? Now there's this little lick, this little run that goes. The very first part of that run is that part. So it goes again. So we're going to hammer on 5 to 7 on the D, 4, 5, 7. Then we're going to pull off 5, 4, 5. So again, hammer on 5 to 7, hammer on. That goes. That's 4 on the G, 7 with your pinky on the D string, hammer on 5, 4, then go, which is 5 on the G, 7, 5 again on the G. I'm messing this up. That last run goes. Really slow, intentional bend. So one more time. Now I'm going to kick into the bridge pickup, which I've got a lot of distortion on this guitar, and this part goes. All right, so that is on the B string on the 10th fret. You're going to slide into this 10th, put some vibrato on it, then go 12, 13, 15. We're going to hammer on and pick the 15. So then go 13, 12, 13. So then this part goes. What I'm doing there is 14 on the G string, sliding into that 14, 13 on the 12, on 13 on the B string, and then the 15 on the high E, and then bend up a whole step. All right. Bend that up a whole step, and then on the 15th fret on the B, bend up and down. Pull off to the 13. Pull off to the 13 here. And play the 14th on the G. And then hammer on 13 to 15 on the B. I'm raking into it. So again, from the beginning of that. Bend it up a whole step. Cool. All right, so from the very beginning of that part again. Cool, awesome. Now in the verse of the song, he wastes his time. There's something all the time. He's arpeggiating this A minor. goes to an A major. E. All right, and that's basically the verse. And so the chorus or pre-chorus is going to be A5, F, C5 to a G, A5 to an F5, C5, then it switches off. Sometimes he goes, but and the first time he just goes D or D minor to an E, then they go back into all right, and then back into a verse. Now they do some things in the verse where they're going to go. They're not really. Sometimes one guy's doing these nice arpeggios, but on the beat you'll hear the other guy going. Probably Schenker, just outlining the A minor chord, kind of like the Beatles would go, and then to an E. Very choppy, and then they build back up together. They go back into that middle solo part once again, okay? Now there's some cool licks in this song. There's a few little outro fills that they do. One that I like is he goes. So he's in the A minor pentatonic shape up here. It's like an E minor pentatonic, but just a little different. But what he's doing is he's going. There's that little lick. He's got to get this F in there because they're on the. They got this F. Then I think he goes on the 15th fret, 15 on the high E and the B. There's one lick that's like kind of like cliche where they're up here on the A minor pentatonic on the 17 and 20, and they're, which is just hammering on, and that 20th fret on the G. And there's one more cool lick I like where he goes. That lick is, he goes, slides up on the B string. He goes on the 17 on the B, then 17 on the high E, 19, 20, 22, then bend up a whole step, then go bend up that 22nd, and then release, and then go 20th, and bend that up a whole step. But that's basically it. I mean, quick lesson today, really beautiful parts. It's going to take a while for some of you probably to get this middle or this intro part down clean. It's really going to introduce you to some interesting ways to do some voice leading doing the bass notes with your other fingers, arpeggiating this chord. There's some really cool stuff to learn in this. I mean, down the road when you're doing other stuff, maybe for your own songs or learning other material, you'll find, you know, it comes in handy when you're doing stuff like. It's nice to keep that pinky open, and then you'll find that sometimes you've got to change your fingerings on the chord to get, you know, to be able to do these bass lines, and that's sort of what happens here when you're doing this shape. Then you got a bar, and then another bar chord. It's tough. But take it slow. Make sure you hear each note clearly. And hopefully it opens you up to some new chord voicings and some ways to play your chord arpeggios. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the lesson. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing, comment below, and as always, have a great day. Peace out.